Hello, students. I'm IZUMI, professor of Research Institute of Nuclear Engineering, Tsuruga campus of University of Fukui. Today, I'd like to briefly introduce my laboratory and my study. I'm also belonging to nuclear safety engineering course of educational course. My institute, course, and laboratory are located in Tsuruga City, southwestern region of Fukui Prefecture. Here, this region has several nuclear power plants and nuclear relating facilities, accelerator facilities, and radiation processing company. So, if you will join our course, you will study nuclear engineering in Tsuruga campus, and maybe you will have chance to technical visit to real facility of nuclear relating facilities and nuclear power plants. This is advantage of studying nuclear issue in Tsuruga campus, University of Fukui. My laboratory studies on chemical reactions and biological effect of radiation aiming at improvement and advancement of radiation protection. I continue to develop human resources with reliable experimental techniques, skills, and a wide range of knowledge about the physical, chemical, and biological aspects of radiation. These are research topics of my laboratory. However, today I have not enough time to explain all of these topics. So I talk about these two topics, namely study on effects of radiation on living cells and DNA, and development and improvement of mathematical models. So new mathematical model for biological responses of radiation. But before talking about my research topics, I have to talk about lab member. My lab is jointly operated with Matsu Lab. He is an associate professor of our educational course, nuclear educational course. And my lab has one specially appointed professor, Dr. Shimizu. Here is a number of students in fiscal year of 2023. Totally, I have 13 students. And you can see the information about international students and training from abroad here. To study on radiation chemistry and radiation biology, we must do irradiation experiments. So I have several joint research partners like this. Next, I talk about my research topics. First one is about study on the effects of radiation on living cells and DNA. In this figure, you can see the survival curves of each cell irradiated with various kinds of radiation. With increase in absorbed dose, the number of survived cells gradually decreased. Maybe you can easily understand this phenomenon. In addition of obtaining data such as survival rate and mutation frequency, the addition of effects of biocompatible molecules to irradiation of living cells or DNAs are also studied. So, especially our important interest is about radiation protection effects In addition to yeast cells, mammalian cells are also of interest. DNAs extracted from living cells are also irradiated in the same way, and the results of analysis such as agarose gel electrophoresis are analyzed. And next research topic is about the mathematical model of radiation biology, radiation biological responses. The heat theory, classical or traditional mathematical model, assume the radiation hits a target in the cell, then ionize it, resulting kills the cell, and the probability follows the Poisson distribution like this equation. Assuming that there is only one target in a cell and that the cell dies if one hit occurs to the target, the survival rate S can be expressed by this equation. And assuming there are any target in the cell and the cell will not die unless all of them are hit, S can be expressed this last equation. Uh, if you can control and change the parameter n, you will obtain these curves. These curves. Horizontal axis corresponds to absorbed dose, while the vertical axis is survival ratio. So any experimental data can be reproduced to some extent by fitting. But what is the scientific meaning of the fitting parameter n? Here, n. What's the meaning? And what is target that this traditional classical or conventional mathematical model describes? Indirect effects, radiation protection effects, adaptive responses, bystander effects, and so on can't be expressed. And is survival cost concerning living and dying? Is survival cost only enough? How should we think about cancer induction and deterministic effects? It doesn't consider processes such as repair and misrepair. In other words, this conventional and traditional mathematical model have many problems. So, considering the dose rate effect and the repair effect or misrepair effect, we study and propose a new mathematical models based on reaction kinetics. In conclusion of my talk, we study the effect of radiation on living cells and DNAs using radiation chemical and radiation biological approaches, also mathematical approaches, to contribute to the development and improvement of radiological protection. Thank you for watching this movie. Join us and let's contribute to improvement of radiation safety together. I'm waiting you becoming a member of my lab. Thank you very much.